हेलो, हाय आयुष, कैसे हो?
Hello, ma'am. I'm fine, ma'am.
आप आयुष 2 मिनट देना। हेलो, हाँ 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 हाँ, ठीक है, ओके। हेलो, हाय आयुष एंड ज़ारा, हाउ आर यू? नहीं नहीं, स्टे देयर। आयुष एंड ज़ारा, आर यू देयर?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
अच्छा, सो बेसिकली ना अभी तो आई विल बी स्टार्टिंग अप योर सेशन, तो मेरे दिमाग से निकल गया अभी क्लास एंड ऑल दैट हैपन, बट एनीवेज नाउ आई एम कंटिन्यूइंग फॉर 10 मिनट्स। उसके बाद आई हैव कॉल्ड अनदर बायो फैकल्टी, मिस्टर आबिद, तो ही विल बी डूइंग सम पीवाईक्यू प्रैक्टिस। कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं है ना?
No problem, ma'am. It's fine.
मैं क्लास का लिंक भेज देती हूँ, इज वेरी नाइस, विल गिव यू वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन्फॉर्मेशन। मैं उनको लिंक भेज रही हूँ, स्टार्ट करते हैं। तुम लोगों ने मुझे डाउट्स भेजने तो फटाफट से व्हाट्सएप कर दो।
Ma'am, I had one doubt in one mechanism, ma'am.
अभी भेजे?
Nee, ma'am. Like, एक topic है mechanism of hormone action. Can you just explain it in short?
हाँ हाँ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, अभी करती हूँ। रुको, मैं एक लिंक ये कॉपी किया, मैं उनको सेंड कर रही हूँ। मैं फटाफट से मैकेनिज्म ऑफ एंजाइम एक्शन से देखो। इन शॉर्ट, तुम्हें पता है, ज़ारा आर यू देयर कनेक्टेड?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, तो इन शॉर्ट फटाफट से लेट मी टेल यू, 2 टाइप्स के हार्मोन्स होते हैं, पेप्टाइड हार्मोन एंड लिपिड हार्मोन। याद है आयुष?
Yes, ma'am.
तो पेप्टाइड हार्मोन जो होते हैं ये प्रोटीन बेस्ड होते हैं, लिपिड वाले होते हैं ऑयल बेस्ड। ठीक है?
Yes.
तो बेसिकली पॉइंट ये होता है कि जो प्रोटीन बेस्ड हार्मोन होते हैं ना, ये वाटर सॉल्युबल टाइप के होते हैं, और जो लिपिड बेस्ड होते हैं वो ऑयल सॉल्युबल लगा लो, उनको लिपिड सॉल्युबल लगा लो। गॉट इट?
Yes.
अब तुम्हें समझाती हूँ मैं मैकेनिज्म के काम कैसे करते हैं। हाँ, तो बेसिकली मैंने जैसे स्क्रीन पे ना लेफ्ट साइड पे लिखा है, पेन टैप तो मैं भी नहीं लिख आई, बट एनीवेज मैंने ना क्या कहते हैं, ये स्क्रीन पे लिखा है, यहाँ पे लेफ्ट में लिखा है लिपिड सॉल्युबल। और तुम्हें पता है जो लिपिड सॉल्युबल हार्मोन होते हैं ना आयुष, ये होते हैं स्टीरॉयड हार्मोन। स्टीरॉयड हार्मोन्स का तुम्हें स्ट्रक्चर याद है? तुमने लिपिड की क्लासिफिकेशन में पढ़ा होगा। आयुष, फटाफट से बता
Yes,
दो,
ma'am.
तुम्हें
Yes, ma'am.
लिपिड हार्मोन का याद है?
Ma'am, like I know like from what it is produced and all, but structure याद नहीं.
ओके सो बेसिकली आपका जो लिपिड हार्मोन है ना बेटा, इनके अंदर ना एक रिंग होती है जिसको स्टीरेन रिंग बुलाते हैं. द लार्जेस्ट वर्ड यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड इन बायो, साइक्लोपेंटेनोपरहाइड्रोफिनेंथ्रिन. वो जो रिंग होती है ना, बायोमोलिक्यूल चैप्टर में पढ़ा होगा, ये वो वाला स्ट्रक्चर होता है. और ये सारे होते हैं स्टीरॉयड हार्मोन, लिपोफिलिक मतलब लिपिड में फिल हो जाते हैं. और ये जो है दे आर ट्रांसपोर्टेड इन ब्लड, जबकि जो वाटर सॉल्युबल प्रोटीन है ना, दे कैन नॉट पास थ्रू द मेम्ब्रेन. अब मैं तुम्हें डिफरेंस समझाती हूँ. जो हॉर्मोन्स होते हैं ना, ये दो कैटेगरी के हैं, क्विक एक्टिंग एंड डिलेड एक्टिंग. क्विक एक्टिंग होता है जो कि फटाफट से क्या कहते हैं, एक्ट करते हैं. दे आर एक्टिंग सो फास्टली बिकॉज they will be attaching with the receptor present onto the membrane. If you see on the left side, it is a cell, and cell के ऊपर मैंने रिसेप्टर बनाया है, और रिसेप्टर पे हार्मोन इज अटैचिंग एंड इट इज मेकिंग हार्मोन रिसेप्टर कॉम्प्लेक्स. और ये फटाफट से कास्केड रिएक्शन शुरू करता है. कास्केड रिएक्शन समझते हो?
Ma'am, like the receptors which are present on the membrane, they will have faster action than those which are inside.
Exactly.
Okay.
जो डिलेड एक्टिंग है ना बेटा, ये मेम्ब्रेन के थ्रू पास होगा. डिलेड एक्टिंग विल बी गोइंग पास थ्रू द मेम्ब्रेन, और इनके रिसेप्टर सेल के अंदर प्रेजेंट होते हैं. इफ यू सी दिस, यहाँ पे जो है हार्मोन अंदर गया, इसके रिसेप्टर अंदर है, जो अंदर जाके हार्मोन रिसेप्टर कॉम्प्लेक्स बनाता है ये. और इवन दैट कॉम्प्लेक्स कैन बी गोइंग इनसाइड द डीएनए आल्सो, इट कैन बी अटैच्ड विद द डीएनए. इट्स लाइक दैट लेवल. तो डिलेड हार्मोन जो होते हैं, ये सारे लिपिड वाले होते हैं जो कि स्लोली काम करते हैं. यू अंडरस्टूड?
Yes, ma'am.
Abid, you can join session, मतलब join नहीं, you stay there, you can start it in 5 minutes. ठीक है, अभी एक डाउट आई एम टेकिंग, उसके बाद you will continue. तो अब मैं तुम्हें डायग्राम से बताती हूँ, देखो.
Just give me 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes.
No issues. You take 10 minutes. It's fine. You can start it too. अच्छा, तो बेसिकली ये जो पहला वाला है ना आयुष, हाफरा actually I'm taking the doubt of how hormone work, and I'm telling that hormone work by two ways. One is quick acting. इसके अंदर होता क्या है, पहले वाले में हार्मोन आया, एक रिसेप्टर से बाउंड किया, और इसने एचआर कॉम्प्लेक्स बना लिया. उसके बाद ऑल द बायोकेमिकल चेंजेस हैपन. जैसे तुम्हें मैंने एक पता नहीं एग्जांपल दिए या नहीं है, जो एड्रेनालिन कंडीशन होता है कि इमीडिएटली सपोज अ पर्सन इज देयर टू अटैक अस and we are going to die, so what will happen to our body? There are many changes happen, right? Our heartbeat increases, our breathing rate increases, maybe we forget that if we want to pee, we'll forget we want to pee, or if we want to drink, we'll forget we want to drink. We will our body will restrict a lot of things. Ayush, similar reaction happen in sympathetic nervous system. You remember Zara
Yes,
and Hafra, है ना? तो ये होते हैं यहाँ पे. एड्रेनालिन हार्मोन इज आल्सो वर्किंग अलोंग विद दैट नर्वस सिस्टम. हार्मोन इज आल्सो वर्किंग, एंड दैट्स मल्टीपल इफेक्ट आई विल से फॉर दैट हार्मोन. तो वो जो हार्मोन है वो क्विक एक्टिंग हार्मोन है. हमारी बॉडी कितनी फास्टली रिएक्ट करती है. इसके अंदर जब यहाँ पे देख रहे हो हार्मोन आया, इसने रिसेप्टर से बाइंड किया, इसने एचआर कॉम्प्लेक्स बनाया. अब इसके बाद क्या होता है, ये एचआर कॉम्प्लेक्स जो है, यहाँ पे देख रहे हो जी प्रोटीन है, ये जी प्रोटीन एक्चुअल में ना इनएक्टिव होता है. जैसे ही एचआर कॉम्प्लेक्स बना, ये जी प्रोटीन एक्टिव हो जाता है, और ये एक्टिव होने के बाद एक एंजाइम को एक्टिव करता है जिसे बोलते हैं एडिनाइलेट साइक्लेज एंजाइम. व्हाट डू वी कॉल इट? एडिनाइलेट साइक्लेज एंजाइम. अब क्या हुआ, इट्स कास्केड रिएक्शन का मतलब होता है कि 1 is activating 2, 2 is activating 3 and 4 in a cycle. Not in a cycle, I'll say, because it's never going to come back, but it's like one after one after one. तो यहाँ पे as you see, जब ये एडिनाइलेट साइक्लेज जो है एक्टिवेट हो गया, तो इसने एटीपी को सीएएमपी में कन्वर्ट कर दिया. सीएएमपी क्या होता है? साइक्लिक एएमपी. मतलब जैसे तुम्हें पता है ना, एडिनोसिन मोनोफॉस्फेट, इट इज अ न्यूक्लियोटाइड. तो उसके अंदर ये इंटरनल कुछ बॉन्ड्स बन जाते हैं. दैट्स व्हाई इट हैज अ साइक्लिक शेप. आई हैव ड्रॉन इट ऑन द राइट साइड. तो दैट साइक्लिक एएमपी. तो अब यहाँ पे सीएमपी क्या है? सेकेंडरी मैसेंजर है. मतलब तुम्हें मैं सिंपल सा एग्जांपल बताती हूँ कि इमेजिन देयर समबडी एट योर हाउस, and suppose one of the aunt is there at your house, and she is telling, if she knock the door and you are there, and you are she's telling you ki today maid will not come, please tell it to your mother. So then you will go and tell it to your mother. It's like that. You are secondary messenger, and that aunt is that primary messenger. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
तो यहाँ पे that hormone is primary messenger and CAMP is secondary messenger. Now this CAMP is going to do a lot of biochemical changes. It is like it will be activating a lot of enzyme. One example is protein kinase, which is inactivated and it will be activated later after. इसके बाद protein kinase will be doing a lot of activity. So that is how one of the hormone which is fast acting hormone work. All the protein hormones work that way. All the lipid based, including testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, even corticoids also. You remember mineralocorticoid and glucocorticoid hormones are steroid based. You know that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So they are, you understood it ना. अभी दूसरा वाला I tell you. दूसरे एग्जाम्पल में क्या होता है? These second diagram is explaining delayed acting. कि डिलेड एक्टिंग में एक्चुअल में क्या हुआ कि दो प्रैक्टिकली अगर मैं बोलूं कि अब सीधा वो तुम्हारी जो आंटी आई थी घर में घुस गई और मम्मी को ढूंढ रही है, तो शी माइट टेक अ टाइम एंड डायरेक्टली से कि आज मेड नहीं आएगी एंड फिर बातें करने बैठ जाएगी. तो इट विल बी डिलेड एक्टिंग. अंडरस्टूड?
Yes, ma'am.
तो इट्स लाइक यहाँ पे स्टीरॉयड हार्मोन आया, इसका रिसेप्टर नॉट प्रेजेंट ऑन द मेम्ब्रेन, so she is not talking to you, she is directly going inside the cell and there she is making complex. यहाँ पे hormone is making complex with receptor, hormone receptor complex बना. Now that will be attaching with it, I'll say with DNA, and now there's a certain gene, certain area present on the DNA, it will be activated and it will start showing central dogma, it will start expressing itself, it will make messenger RNA and that is going to make. This is how delayed acting hormone work. Its receptors are present inside. And then, so when receptor protein hormone complex is there, तो first वाले case में क्या हुआ था, when the, what do we call, fast acting में protein hormone came, permeability of the membrane was changing. While in steroid, it is going inside and it is activating gene. That is it. Understood?
Yes, ma'am, got it.
So this is how things work. Okay, so I think this doubt is taken. And Zara and Hafra, do you have any doubt?
No, ma'am.
So basically, dear, three of you stay here. I'm going to put message in group also. More student must also join. Today we have Mr. Abid Hussain. He is very senior biology faculty with us. He is going to tell you some tips and tricks plus PYQ. He's going to give you some question for the NEET practice. Got it? So stay there and wait, there are more people now. Asima is also there. Hi Asima. Hi Maika. ठीक है ना, कोई प्रॉब्लम होगा तो just let me know, otherwise I'm telling you, you will not regret it. You will be very happy having session with Mr. Abid because he has a very great knowledge. He has done a lot of research in NEET exam and PYQ and everything. So practice question. Mr. Abid, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm here only.
Can we start?
Hello, everyone. Hi.
Huh?
Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
So Abid, I think I'm stopping my screen share and Abid is keeping his home background. You can change the background also, sir.
All right.
Thank you so much for helping me. I was occupied with some other things. So guys, stay there and take session with him. Okay? So thank you, Abid. You can start with the session. You can open the OneNote
Okay.
that I've shared with you.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
So guys, Ayush, Zara, Hafra, and Asima, Meika. Okay. Am I clear to you, all of you? Voice, audio, video, everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right. So I just want to know a little bit about you people. Means what's your level of preparation, and what kind of issues that you are facing while attempting the questions, so that accordingly I'll give the inputs and we can continue with some practice questions. Let's start with Ayush. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Ayush. You are audible to me.
Okay,
Go
sir.
ahead, let me know. Yeah.
So currently I'm focusing more on bio.
Okay.
Since I'm applying through NRI quota, so I just want to secure a good place in a private college.
Okay.
So currently my mock score is around 350 to 400. And yes.
350 to 400. And in the grade scale of 1 to 10, how much you will score? How much you will give to your biology preparation?
I think I've completed most of the chapters. I think hardly 4 chapters are left to revise. I've completed PYQs for majority of the chapters. So I would say 7. Like after 4 or 5 days, I'll be completed with the syllabus and PYQs.
Okay, okay. And what about Zara and Asima?
Yes, sir. Even I'm doing the same thing. I'm focusing more on bio.
Okay, similar concern. Asima, you?
Yes, sir. I have 6 chapters left, so I will be completing within this 4 days.
Okay, all right. If you guys have no issue with that, can you please turn on the camera for a moment so that we can interact for 5-10 minutes, and then I'll give you some inputs regarding the preparation and regarding how to attempt the questions accordingly.
Sir,
Yeah, Zara.
sir, everyone says that NCRT is enough for bio, right?
See, before directly answering this question, is NCRT enough for biology? Listen, biology is a subject where questions are being asked in a 3 different patterns, 3 different ways. First is 4 options. I mean, the multiple choice question in all the 3 types. First is directly 4 options are given. Okay, that will be called straightforward questions. Second is like assertion reasoning type. There also 4 options will be there, but you have to contemplate the given options or the 2 different statement. And the third type is the statement wise, which is a little bit similar to assertion reasoning, but assertion and reason may not have any relation like that. Okay, so 3 different things. Coming to your actual question regarding whether that is sufficient enough, NCRT book is sufficient enough or not. See, reading question will be definitely from NCRT book. There's no doubt in it. But sometimes this happen that statement given in NCRT may not give you the explanation, right? Like in one of the chapter I have seen in ecology, that the name of 4 countries are given in ecology and environment chapter, in fact biodiversity. In that, what is given that name of 4 countries, one is related with Asia, another one is with America, and 4 different places. While reading the textbook, students were just reading in a casual way, considering that these are the name of the 4 countries where you can find the biodiversities. But they may not be aware about the geographical area or the species richness level and the diversity in why there's so much of diversity. Explanation if it is straightforward question, you can attempt that one. But what if the question type will be in the assertion and reasoning format? There you will get stuck. Getting my point? Reason may not be given, you have to contemplate. And in NCRT books, several places you will find that the statement will be written like ask your teacher or discuss with your teacher and so on. Have you seen these kind of statement in NCRT? Discuss this thing with your teacher, or some information is written in the italics form, right? So those type of information needs to be discussed with your teacher, needs to be discussed or taken the reference from any other reference book. All right, because NCRT will not give you detailed explanation. But again, I'm telling you, for a straightforward data collection, you have to focus only on NCRT for data collection. Like chapter 1 or the first unit, where you will find the living world, the biological classification. So mainly you will find the names over there. What I will suggest you take a A4 sheet and write the name of the chapter on the top. And while going through the chapter, figure it out that how many names are given over there. So chapter wise, subtopic wise, if any such names are given, that is actually representing the data. You have to write those things. All right. So those type of question will be those type of information will be helpful in attempting the direct type of MCQs. Assertion reasoning is statement wise. While reading also, see, reading NCRT or reading any textbook is an art in itself. Because sometimes this happen. NCRT is not that kind of book where you will find a specific definition or module type. It is straightforward, as if somebody is narrating the story. So you have to figure out the definition. You have to take out the definition from the given statement. All right. the problem with most of the biology students that they are actually looking for the statement, they are looking for the definition, they are looking for the specific terminology over there. But NCERT is not written by one person. If you'll go through the NCERT book, you will figure it out that people with a different expertise, they have contributed there. People have just given some information about a specific chapter, some other author has written some other chapter, and so on. So expertise will never give you a definition wise, they will always give you the concept part. Got it? So NCERT, consider NCERT as the first approach and the last approach. In between, in order to understand any given paragraph, you are supposed to take the help of your educator, your mentor, or any other reference book, which is where the information is given in much more advance. Got it, Zara?
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, I
Yeah.
have one question. So for like small chapters like microbes and all, if we do the PYQs like 4 page and like those chapters.
Sufficient. Yeah,
Okay.
sufficient.
Okay, sir.
See, there are chapters which you are supposed to have a full command. For example, principle of inheritance, the complete unit of genetics. Okay, there you have to have a full confidence and full command over the topic. And then the next followed up chapter is the molecular basis of inheritance. In molecular basis of inheritance, if you are going to answer that or answer those questions, before that you have to have command over the chapter biomolecules from 11th grade. If you have command over that. If you do not have the command, then it will be difficult for you to understand the three-dimensional structure of DNA and how it is replicating itself. Why DNA make its copy in the form of RNA? These kind of question, if these kind of question will be there in the assertion reasoning, there you may get stuck. All right.
Yes, sir.
Ensure that you have a full command over there. And what I have seen in the concept of enzymes, and yes, what Anjali ma'am was recently teaching you, hormone at their receptors, receptor hormone binding, then cytoplasmic receptor or nuclear receptor is there or not, what kind of, I mean to say that GPCR, G protein coupled receptor, where the receptor is present, is that present on the cytoplasmic side or towards the outer side of the cell or onto the membrane of nucleus? So location of any given receptor is required, ligand of any receptor is required. These are the information that I'm telling you. Any given specific name will be, any specific name will be given. For example, T3 and T4. Okay, for thyroid stimulating hormone or triiodothyroxine and so on. So there you have to relate whether the receptor is present on the nucleus or receptor is present on the cytoplasm. In assertion reasoning, you will find the question why receptor is not present. Why receptor is present in the cytoplasm and why not onto the nuclear membrane or onto the cell membrane. Are you getting my point? That means you have to ask some rational question, logical question related to these things. Got it? Mahika?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions related to that? See, open to ask the question. This is the first day. This is the first day of me to discuss these views. So I want you to ask more rather than I should teach something or I will discuss some questions accordingly. Question we can discuss, no problem with that. But first thing, clarify all the doubt. Whatever the issues you are having or any such query if you have regarding the NEET, regarding the scoring part, regarding how to attempt the question and so on.
Sir?
Yeah, Ayush.
So at this point of time, when we complete all the chapters, should we focus more on PYQs or mocks?
See,
Like
you are
mocks?
just left with few days. You're gonna attempt the question. NEET in the next month only, right? Coming month.
Yes.
Is that everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the, you are at the last stage of your battle. You are, in fact, you are in the battleground, right? So it is always advisable to revise your knowledge with the help of practicing the questions. More and more you practice, more and more command you will get. Now, from where to start? From recent to the oldest one. From latest to the oldest or the earliest one. Start from 2022, start from 20, do it for 2021 and so on. Making sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And please, my dear, listen. Doesn't matter whether CBSE has reduced the portion or not for your 12th board or 12th exam. You have to cover every single thing. You have not to, you don't have to leave any stone unturned. Cover everything. Even the rationalized topic which has been removed from the chapter, focus on those as well. Okay, because I have seen few questions because from NTA there were, no such exclusive information provided initially that whether they're going to reduce the portion for NEET exam or not. From this year, from 2023, what I have gone through, it's mentioned there clearly that based on these chapters names are given, these topics names are given, but we never know. Give 1 or 2 hours extra in your preparation, even to cover up those topics. But be very specific while attempting the questions. Do not attempt the question which are earlier to 2000. Okay, the latest syllabus that we have got the last year, and then the syllabus that we have got for the NEET was in 2018, and before that there was no deduction, there were no deleted topic or deleted portions. And before 2000, let's say suppose 1999, 1998, you will start to focus on. So the questions were from the earliest version of the NCERT, old NCERT book, which were, healthy and wealthy than the recent one. So information were more over there in the previous version of NCERT, but information is very crisp and very concise in the latest NCERT book. Okay, even if we are considering the new version of NCERT, information is concise, limited, no explanation is not given. The NTA is expecting the student to be aware about the explanation of all those things. Okay, so the best thing is that start practicing the question every day. How many chapters are there? 11, 12 altogether? Ayush?
Yes, sir. So 22.
22 chapters are there. And how many chapters you have? You don't have command. Command in the sense that you are like in the, in the dicey condition whether I should go for it, or is there any way to, remove some of the topics or some of the things? How many chapters you are facing difficulty?
So if I think of whole 11th and 12th, all chapters are fine with me except the plant physiology, 2-3 chapters. So
easiest topic. May I know the reason?
So same plants.
No, so those chapters, there are a lot of lot of concepts. So I was I'll complete all the other chapters first, and now in 2-3 days I'll be completing those and focusing more on those, since they are more complex mechanisms and.
Acha, fine. Mechanism, like for example, respiration, the only 2 chapters, I guess, where you will be finding difficulty, respiration and photosynthesis, right?
Yeah.
Only these 2. And these 2 are the most important concept. I don't know whether they are going to give 1 or 2 questions, but 1 question for sure from the Z scheme of electron transport system. For sure. In any ways they will give you, in any way, either direct question or indirect question. Why do we call it a Z scheme, or assertion reasoning type, a statement type? But for sure 1 question will be from there. Chemiosmotic hypothesis, they will not give you a direct question. They will give you the coupling concept, that how electron transport system is coupled with a phosphorylation, especially photophosphorylation. Got it? Are you aware about this fact? Are you what is the phosphorylation?
Yes, sir.
What is photophosphorylation? How many different types of phosphorylation are there? Anyone can answer. Ayush, Zara, Asima, and one more is there. Mahika and Aryan. Aryan, Mahika, you there? Aryan, you there, Aryan? Acha, go on, Ayush. Let me know, what do you mean by phosphorylation first?
Sir, I'm not sure, sir, about that.
Okay. Anyone of you? See, proactively take the approach. If you are unaware about this fact, just ask me. Just ask me later on. But first, try it by yourself. The answer is given in the terminology itself. Phosphorylation. Zara? Zara, Zainab. By which name I should address you? Zara or Zainab?
Zara.
Zara. Okay. Okay, fine. Zara, what's the concept of phosphorylation?
Sir, I don't remember.
Okay. All right. Now listen, it's the terminology from chemistry, directly from chemistry part. Phosphorylation. Transfer of phosphoryl group from A to B or from B to C. Phosphorylation. You remember how ATP synthesis occurs? Ayush?
Yes, sir.
If you can turn on the camera for a minute, I will interact with you properly, because this is kind of interaction. Yeah.
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Handsome dude. Okay, fine. So phosphorylation. Ideally, what do you understand by the term? For example, first day you have heard this term, phosphorylation. Multiplication, addition, subtraction, and similarly you heard the term phosphorylation.
I think it's a process of converting something or
Process of converting.
transporting.
What we convert, name is given, phosphoryl. Phosphoryl group transfer. Okay. In ATP, if you remember, ADP and IP or inorganic phosphate combine together to form ATP, right? ADP is an organic compound in itself. And the name, which we call P or a small I with a subscript I, inorganic phosphate. The name itself defines that it is inorganic phosphate. That means it is not connected with any carbon-related compound. Whereas the phosphate, diphosphate, ADP, what is the term A represent there?
Adenosine, right?
Adenosine. Adenosine means adenine plus one sugar molecule is there. Adenine itself is an organic compound containing nitrogen in it. And connected with sugar, for 5-carbon sugar, it becomes adenosine. Adenosine itself is an organic compound. When this IP or phosphate group, PO4 group, which is not connected with any carbon, is going to connect with the already 2 existing phosphoryl group. This is called phosphoryl group transfer or phosphoryl transfer, which need certain amount of energy to form the bond. But when this bond will break, it will give you enormous amount of energy. Similar kind of a thing is there in the photosynthesis. Same kind of things that are occurring in the respiration as well. So phosphoryl group transfer is a process of simply ATP formation in biology. Phosphorylation is ATP synthesis in biology. Then we have terminology called photophosphorylation. First idea, phosphorylation, synthesis of ATP. If light is the source of energy to allow this ATP synthesis, then this event is called photophosphorylation. That occurs in photosynthesis. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Now, is there any other way of ATP synthesis?
It's a breakdown of products, like we get ATP energy.
For example?
Like breakdown of food, we get ATP, right? Other than this process.
So you mean to say that ATP is the ultimate ATP is the first product that formed due to oxidation of the glucose or any respiratory substrate. Yeah.
Not directly, but we process it to get it.
We process is. Can you please elaborate a little bit? Process is, what is that exact process in between? I know you are taking the first term and you are connecting with the last term. What is going on in between?
So like there's a complete mechanism, like how do you obtain ATP from glucose, I guess. That process.
Okay, when food breaks down into simple substances during the process of, let's say, suppose in case of the human being we are talking about, ATP synthesis is the final product, right? Via aerobic respiration. Fine. Is that ATP extracted from the food or any other form of energy extracted from the food?
Other form of energy.
What is that other form?
Glucose.
Glucose is getting oxidized.
Yeah.
So oxidize means breaking the bond, right? Breaking the bond between
So adding it somewhat.
carbon and carbon.
Yeah.
All right. What exactly is the bond? Is a force. Force between the nucleus of one atom to the electron of the next atom. That is making connection. When these forces will break, it releases enormous amount of energy in the form of heat. Now that form of heat is used to combine ADP with inorganic phosphate. And ultimately we get the ATP. And that's why we call it as energy currency. Right? That's why we call it as energy currency. Because currency is something which is a receipt through which we can exchange and get the product of our choice. It may be in the form of dollar, it may be in the form of rupees, it may be in the form of real, dirham, or whatever be. I forgot, only 4 or 5 names I remember. But the function of all the currency is to show the receipt, show the bill, get the product or services. ATP is the form of organic compound which holds the power, which holds the authority, which holds the energy in the form of heat in the phosphodiester bond. When these bonds will break by hydrolysis, it releases energy, and those energy will be utilized in order to perform other tasks. For example, when I am moving my hand while speaking, I'm showing the movement of the muscle, skeletal muscles are showing contraction, relaxation. ATP is getting consumed. But ATP breaks down into ATP and inorganic phosphate, which releases energy. And these raw material, these matter like ADP and PI will be further utilized to hold the energy in it. Photophosphorylation is done. Ultimately, light is a source of energy to combine these two products, that is ADP and PI together. Yeah.
कंटेंट कहीं पे लिखा हुआ नहीं है?
यार ये लिखा हुआ नहीं है सच, मतलब
नहीं तो मतलब गाइस तुम्हें समझ आ रहा है ऐसे? या तो एक काम कर सकते हैं आप ना, क्या कहते हैं, मॉड्यूल ओपन कर लो, वन नोट आपका लॉग्ड इन है ना बायो का, वहां से स्क्रीन शेयर कर लो.
होल्ड ऑन सेकंड.
वहां पे ना हाइलाइटर यूज कर लेना, जो भी हाईलाइट करना है.
Just give me a second.
Guys, you're able to understand? Very good. Ma'am, can you open the chat? हाँ, एक सेकंड. ठीक है guys, we'll be sharing his screen with you and we'll be writing. ठीक है, I want confirmation from everyone. You understood it? Ayush, Mahika, Asim, Zara, Aryan. इशू हो तो मेरे को मैसेज करना in terms of content. ठीक है, वैसे तो you have all the content. I don't think you'll be needing additional, writing and all that. But he'll be using the books. I told him to use module and better NCERT. तो हाँ, तो he'll be using highlighter. So whatever things are needed. ठीक है. Thank you, Abhi. Thank you so much. Guys, please continue.
So everyone there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, so what I was
ओपन कर लो ना मॉड्यूल या एनसीईआरटी जो भी चाहिए.
नहीं, मैं अभी इनसे डिस्कस कर रहा हूँ वो 11th का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है ना,
हाँ,
फॉस्फोराइलेशन का प्लान.
11th का. हाँ ठीक है, तो 11th का चाहिए आपको.
हाँ, मुझे शेयर कर दो तो मैं थोड़ा सा.
मैं आपको व्हाट्सएप कर रही हूँ, उस पे ओपन कर लेना. वन नोट सीधा क्लिक करोगे ना तो इस पे ओपन हो जाएगा. ठीक है, रुको.
ओके 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 ओके. फॉर द टाइम बीइंग, आयुष, आपका कंसर्न क्या था? I mean, what's your concern?
So only the like 2 chapters from plant physiology, which I'm planning to complete in next this week, so that I can practice more questions on it.
Okay, ठीक है. तो before that you need to.
हाँ, मैंने भेज दिया लिंक.
हाँ ठीक है, मैं देख
यहाँ
रहा हूँ.
चैट में इधर भी कर दिए, सीधा इसको क्लिक करोगे, देखो ओपन हो रहा है कि नहीं. ओपन थ्रू ऐप कर देना.
All right. Is this visible? सबको दिख रहा है?
ठीक है, यू कैन कंटिन्यू. थैंक यू. अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो तो प्लीज पिंग मी अप.
Okay, all right. Land growth and development. Ayush, you were saying something. So you're going to complete the topic in the coming 2 months, I guess. Not 2 months, nahi yaar, ab to time bhi nahi bacha. You don't have enough time. So what you can do, Ayush, what you can do is that develop a plan. Which I'm telling you, like divide the chapter into subtopics. As it is mentioned, like photosynthesis, you have multiple concepts are there. First thing, the idea or the concept related with the light. In one line is mentioned somewhere, it is an electromagnetic wave. All right, in that chapter, in photosynthesis, I'm talking about specifically. Okay. Or you want me to show some questions and based on that you want to go?
So you were telling about the plan, right? So can you tell?
Yeah, I'm telling you about the plant physiology only. Dekho, see, these are the topics given as such given in NCERT book. Early experiment, you may expect a few questions from this one. Early experiment, especially Joseph Priestley experiment. You remember Priestley experiment? Zara.
Sir, can you repeat?
Yes, sir.
Priestley experiment. Priestley.
Yes, sir. That jar one.
Bell jar experiment, basically that one. Mahika, you there? Zara, Asima, Mahika, and Aryan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. See, आप लोग भी अपना inputs दे सकते हो. If you have any query, you can ask, or if you want, if you can give some suggestions based on this, how you have taken the approach to cover this topic, you can share over here as well. So Ayush, in early experiment, you will be finding few names like Engelmann, like Priestley experiment, One more experiment was there where the person has conducted Van Niel experiment. Then who gave the proper idea about the equations for photosynthesis? Equation for photosynthesis, remember that one, that H2 is also getting released during this process. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Where does photosynthesis takes place? Here you will have some questions based on the concept that why phosphorylation, especially the cyclic phosphorylation. I mean, in non-cyclic phosphorylation, why electron is not coming back to the photosystem 2 after going through the transport chain. So these are kind of the logical question you may have. Okay, so better you first ask question to yourself, why in the name is non-cyclic phosphorylation. See how the name is mentioned, the non-cyclic photophosphorylation. This process, something is getting cycled, which is not coming back, right? That is the electron. In one system, electron is not coming back. From the source, it is getting released. All right. In another side, it is coming back. That means that the electron is passing through a specific electron transport system, and it is taken up finally by some reactant which forms certain products. You will get the question that which one is the final electron acceptor? What is the electron? Who is the electron donor? All right. What kind of reaction is going on? Here you will find, for example, if I'll show you this experiment. In this statement, what is written? Priestley hypothesized as the following: the plant restore the air, whatever breathing animals and burning candles removes. It was, I mean, it is clearly mentioned that something is taken away from the air. All right, and the plant is restoring that lost content from the air. Making sense? So these are the type of the question that you are supposed to ask to yourself. Plant restore what? It is not mentioned what. Whatever breathing animals and burning candles remove. Whatever. That means when Joseph Priestley was performing the experiment, he was not clearly aware about what is getting removed, but he was pretty much sure that something is getting removed. Later on, it's been came into life like that. Oxy means life. Oxygen, the one that generate, the one that support the life. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next concept. See, the names are over here, especially the pioneers of the people who are involved in the photosynthesis experiment. Ingenhouse's name is given there, and his contribution shows that, or showed that, bright sunlight, small bubbles were formed. It is not clearly mentioned that what happened in the bright sunlight. Just a bright sunlight, small bubbles. Formation of the small bubble around any specific green part. So that bubble represents that something is getting entrapped in the liquid state. All right. How do bubbles form inside the water? Think about it. When air is encapsulated in the liquid medium, then only bubble form. Clear? Or gas is encapsulated. When Ingenhouse was performing this experiment, he observed that small bubbles were coming out from the green part, while in the dark they did not. So this experiment suggests that light is responsible for gas release. Now we know that it is oxygen that is getting released, right? But earlier we were unaware about this fact. So one thing is sure, that during the bright light state, photosynthesis occurred. This was a contribution given by Ingenhouse. The concept given by Joseph Priestley: something is getting removed from the air by the burning candle, by the breathing animals, which is restored by the green plant. Later on, we get to know that it is the photosynthesis, it is the oxygen. Making sense to everyone? Zara, Asima, Sabreen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if you wish to go through some of the questions, we can easily go through that. What do you say?
Yes, sir. If that's
Yes. Okay, okay, fine. Give me a second. I'll keep this thing aside so that we can interact. We can come back to this particular topic as well for a moment. Let me open that one. Do you have the PYQs somewhere? Hold on a second, please. Where is that? 33. Class 11th, right? 11th topic now. Guys, everyone, because what I have observed that most of you are having the concern related with plant science, with botany, right? Zara, Ayush, Asima. Ayush, you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, chalo. My screen share kar raha hu again to show you the questions. Is this one visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Chalo, let's start from this one only. Early experiments. We'll focus only on NEET question, not on the state-wide. Or what do you suggest? The state question as well? One scientist cultured cladophora. You remember? Cladophora, which scientist? It's not mentioned there. Which scientist? Can you recall? Who conducted this experiment? The one who has given the concept of action spectrum. Chalo, ye tumhare liye home task rahega to figure it out from your NCERT book. The one who gave the concept of, absorption spectrum related with action spectrum in photosynthesis. Two graph is given.
Sir,
More, yeah, Ayush.
is it T.W. Engelman something?
Engelman. Okay. Suspension of the cladophora and azobacter. What is cladophora? What is cladophora?
It's a green algae, right?
Algae. Azotobacter?
It's a bacteria.
Photosynthesizing? Okay. Now, culture by splitting the light through prism. We know this thing. As per our understanding, we know this thing. When light passes through a prism, it is split into its component, which we call Vibgyor spectrum, right? And every color is representing one specific type of wavelength. He observed that the bacteria accumulated mainly in the region of. Come on. If you will open your NCERT book, you will find action spectrum. Some graph is given like that. And observe what is the wavelength given. Is that in the blue light region and red light region? The peak is high in there or not? This is for everyone. Refer your NCERT.
Sir, can you read the chat?
Can I read the chat? Okay, I was not looking at this, sir, on NEET question. Okay. Fine. Acha, but you guys are answering on chat also. Option D, blue and red light. Okay, yeah. Next one, Oxygen is not produced during photosynthesis by. Not produced during photosynthesis by. That means indirectly asking question that among the following, which one is not photosynthetic bacteria? Nostoc. Mahika, reason? What is nostoc?
So it's a nitrogen fixing.
Nitrogen fixing bacteria.
Yeah.
Okay. Fixing means, I mean, ever thought what is the meaning of the term nitrogen fixing?
It absorbs nitrogen or not absorbs, like
Transform.
transforms, yeah.
Yeah, transform nitrogen, I mean, elemental or gaseous state of nitrogen into?
I'm not really sure.
Into its hydrated form or into its oxide form. Hydrate or oxide, either in the form of ammonia or in the form of nitrate and nitrite. So nitrate and nitrite both are oxides form. Got it? Oxygen is not produced during photosynthesis by. Not produced. We know this thing that oxygen is released from water. Right? Van Niel experiment, we know this thing that oxygen is released by the photolysis. I mean, due to the photolysis, breakdown of water to release H plus ion, to release electron, and to release oxygen as well. Cycas, Cara, all these are the plant. Green sulfur bacteria. The green sulfur bacteria is not using light as a source of energy, light to carry forward the event, but using water as a source of electron, right? So even green sulfur bacteria is option. I mean, this is in this one for oxygen is released. See, there are two types of photosynthesis. One is called oxygenic photosynthesis. Another one is called anoxygenic photosynthesis or non-oxygenic. Oxygenic photosynthesis releases oxygen, and you must be aware about this term that Ayush has mentioned something that a option is sulfur may react with oxygen, so not really. Ayush, only the concern with green sulfur bacteria is that they are using the element sulfur and oxidize the state of the sulfur to release energy out of it. But H plus, electron and oxygen will be released from water. So they will consume water as well. Okay. Now, third one. Anoxygenic photosynthesis is the characteristics of. And you can see these questions are from 2014, 18 and related one. Yeah. So I got the option from Mahika. Okay. Ayush. Zara, Asima, you guys also respond. Aryan there? Anoxygenic photosynthesis is the characteristic of. Is this Spirogera? Only Mahika has responded. Mr. Ayush, are you still thinking?
Yes, sir. I'm not sure.
Okay, start. See, this kind of question you will attempt in the elimination method. You know what is elimination method?
Yes, we eliminate those which we don't think are right, like so that we can.
It is easy to say to remove two options, but it's difficult to remove two options, right? So you just first remove two options from out of 4. Ayush. What are the two options that you think that no, they produce oxygen? What is alva or yulva? Ladies, come on, respond. Mahika has mentioned rhodospirillum. What about others?
Sir, I would eliminate Spirogyra
Spirogyra
and C, Chlamydomonas.
Chlamydomonas. Where have you heard this term? Chlamydomonas? Is that a protist?
So like,
Is that comes
yeah, it's
under
a
protista?
yeah, it's a prokaryotic cell.
Pakka? Prokaryotic cell or eukaryotic cell? It's an algae. Flagellated alga. Unicellular, but flagellated. But it's not prokaryote. It's not monoid, it's protistan. If it is algae, perform photosynthesis, produces oxygen. So Spirogyra and Chlamydomonas to remove these two. Now you have these two options. Asima has mentioned option A. Mahika. I mean, is it fine if I will tell who have attempted which option, or you feel a bit shy that not to discuss? Chalo, fine, figure it out more. It's fine, no problem. Okay. Oxygenic photosynthesis occurs in. Next question, similarly. I want you to attempt. Well, alva, that's also a type of algae, which we generally call sea lettuce. It's a form of algae. So obviously they will perform photosynthesis and releases oxygen. So out of the four, Spirogyra, alva, Chlamydomonas, these three perform photosynthesis, oxygenic form of photosynthesis to release oxygen. Rhodospirillum, it's a bacteria. Oxygenic photosynthesis occurs in. Question number 4. Ayush option A. Chromatidum, rhodospirillum, oxygenic photosynthesis. See, these questions are directly from NCERT book. That's why I told you initially that sometimes you have to read in a way that will collect the data. Names are given. All right. Oscillatoria. Correct. Chalo, fine. So earlier this concept was based on experiments only. And from experiment, you will get the information about the name of the scientist, who performed the experiment, what was the subject, or what was the topic of experiment, what was the aim of the experiment, and so on. So we have seen 4 questions from these things. Now, where does photosynthesis occurs or takes place? A stroma in the chloroplast of higher plants contains stroma in the chloroplast. Dark reaction. Ayush, option D, dark reaction. Light independent reaction or dark reaction usually. Yeah, correct. Light dependent reaction enzyme. No, absolutely not. Ribosomes. Absolutely. I mean, ribosomes will be there, obviously. Is that ribosome there? No. Talking about stroma. Come on. Do you find ribosome in the stroma? Do we find ribosomes in the stroma, guys? Acha, tell me one thing. There are 2 cell organelles. These questions are can be from 2 different concepts. One is from the concept of cell chapter, and also this question from the concept of photosynthesis. We call chloroplast and mitochondria as semi-autonomous organelles because they have their own defined double-stranded circular form of DNA. Most of the protein which is required for the enzyme preparation they're present inside. Okay. If the enzyme is getting synthesized, so chemical enzyme is a protein. And for protein, we need a protein synthesis machinery, which is ribosome. Making sense now?
Yes, sir.
So, stroma in the chloroplast of higher plants contain light-dependent reaction enzyme, obviously not. Chlorophyll in stroma, you will not find chlorophyll molecule, is present in thylakoid membrane. Light-independent reaction enzymes, that is true, it is present. But the concept is related with the chloroplast. That means related with the production of production of glucose, not for the production of what do we call proteins. And by the way, I told you to give less focus over those questions which are coming. I mean, give more focus on to questions from 2010 to beyond that. But even if it is the concept related with a given topic, you can focus on that, but not unrelated things. Next, where is that one? How many types of pigments are involved in the photosynthesis? Achha, by the way, two concepts are given there: immersion enhancement effect and red drop. Can anyone let me know? Zara, you are not giving any response here. Please respond. Zara Zainab, you there, madam?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah, so kuch to boliye, respond. या फिर confidence एकदम नहीं है on this chapter?
Yes, sir. I'm not very prepared with this chapter.
Chalo, theek hai, no problem. Not prepared with this thing. At least what you can do, take a page, write the name of the chapter, and link the subtopics. Like one subtopic is given here, that where does photosynthesis occur? So point number 1, photosynthesis occurs in events. So what are the two major events? Where the event is going is taking place, and what are the, if an event is going on there, then there must be key players. Who are the key players? For example, if light reaction we consider as a one event, so who's the key player over there? Chlorophyll molecule. What are the, I mean, photosynthesis, photosynthetic pigment. What are the different types of photosynthesis synthetic pigment? One is called chief pigment, the one that perform the reaction, and other are called accessory pigment. Right? Here the question is related with pigments. How many type of pigments are involved in the photosynthesis? Immersion enhancement effect and red drop. Emerson was a scientist. While performing the experiment, he individually focused red light and he observed the photosynthetic product in the form of carbon, in the form of glucose that forms, or the oxygen that evolved during the process. So first of all, he focused red light. Then he focused the blue light. He measured the product formed during the blue light impact and the red light impact. Then later on, what he did that he started to focus the alternation of the light wave, like blue light, then red light, then blue light, then red light. That means in alternate form, it started to flash the light onto the plant, and then observed finally that the product of photosynthesis is much more higher in case of alternating blue and red light impact than individual red and blue light impact. All right, this is enhancement in the productivity. That's why it is called immersion enhancement effect. A red drop in the rate of photosynthesis will immediately drop after the certain wavelength of light is striking onto the chloroplast. That is red, I mean in the zone of the red light. After a specific wavelength, the photosynthesis rate will immediately turn off. This is called a red drop. Okay. Now the question related to this immersion enhancement effect and the red drop have been instrumental in the discovery of. Come on. See, both the system is related with the pigment. I mean, both the effect, whether it is enhancement effect or the red drop, related with the wavelength of light. Now, figure it out. Ayush has mentioned option D. Okay, good going, Ayush. Zara, Asima, okay, option D. I guess you are aware about two photosystem 2 and photosystem 1. One is showing the maximum absorbance or absorption is 680 nanometer of the wavelength, and another one is in the 700 maximum limit. See, these are not the minimum limit, maximum limit. Keep it in mind. Okay. Chalo, fine. So option D. Is everyone getting interest while going through these questions? Are you getting benefited or not?
Yes, sir.
Good. Chalo, let's go on. Chromatophores takes part in. First of all, what are chromatophores? Chroma means? Chroma means color. Like Google Chrome, you find 4 different colors in the logo. All right. Chromatophore, 4 means to bear, to have. In case of prokaryotic cells, respiration takes place there. Photosynthesis occurs in the same, but they do not have a well-defined cell organelle. Then where does these process like photosynthesis or respiration occur in prokaryotic cells? Extension of the cytoplasm, they have chlorophyll. Extension of cytoplasm or extension in the cytoplasm or extension of cell membrane.
Sir, extension in the cytoplasm.
When we say extension of the cytoplasm, it relates to something moving away from the cell membrane. That means maybe in the form of the flagella or maybe in the form of the cilia. So it gives you a different view. Extension means something is making a structure above the cell membrane, but these are infoldings of the membrane. Na? All right, infoldings of the membrane towards the cytoplasmic site. Making sense, Ayush?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So chromatophores take part in respiration, movement, photosynthesis, or option C, photosynthesis. Then what about the respiration? Zara?
Sir, that is
Ayush, go ahead, no problem.
so that is pneumatophores, right? Like different structure, like in stems.
Pneumatophores.
Yeah, but they help in respiration, right?
Pneumatophores are there in some category of the plants.
Yes, sir. Like I was just telling, they are related to respiration.
See, I'm talking about the respiration in prokaryotic cell.
Oh, okay.
Think about it. There are two structures. There are two infoldings. One is chromatophore, other one is also there. Find it out. Use Google, use ChatGPT to figure it out. What are the structures called? Okay. Shall I proceed now? Which fraction of the visible spectrum of solar radiation out of the total VIBGYOR are primarily, see the term to focus on is the primarily term, absorbed by carotenoid. Ayush has mentioned mesosome in respiration. Yeah, good one. Which fractions of the visible spectrum of the solar radiation are primarily absorbed by carotenoids of higher plants? We know this thing that carotenoid is not the chief pigment. This one is the accessory pigments. Okay. But although the question came in 2003, long back, 20 years back, but it's still relevant. So we'll discuss this one. I want answer this time from ladies. Asima. Zara. Zara has answered. Mahika, answer. Asima, you there or not?
Yes, sir.
पक्का ना सो तो नहीं रहा कोई ना. Asima mentioned, okay. Zara mentioned, okay. Mahika, not sure. Option D. So more people are going in favor of option D. What is so unique about option D? Mr. Ayush, you have not responded. Carotenoids are more. Okay, now you have responded. More violet, blue than green. Violet, blue than green. Okay, correct. Violet and blue, option number D. Okay, Mahika, you have to focus on the this chapter, this particular chapter, especially in the from the topic pigment and light and the pigments, the pigment molecules which are involved, especially the photosynthetic pigment and the wavelength that they are absorbing. Okay, got it? Chalo, abhi we have left with 1 minute. So एक छोटा सा interaction हो जाए सबके साथ. Are you sure done with that? Zara, if it is possible, can you please turn on the camera for a moment? थोड़ा सा interaction हो जाए हमारा. Zara, Zainab, one by one. Zara, Zainab, Asima, Sabreen, सब लोग. हाँ जी मैडम Zara, बताइए. थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन मतलब स्टेट कौन सा है, लैंग्वेज क्या है, यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी और नॉट. क्योंकि देखो कभी कभी मैं इन बिटवीन आई विल क्रैक द जोक, और हिंदी जोक्स को ट्रांसफॉर्म करके मैं अगर इंग्लिश में करूं तो फिर वो जो ह्यूमर होता है ना, दैट इज ह्यूमर इज लॉस्ट. ओके.
Okay, so I'm actually studying in Kuwait right now, but I'm from Bangalore.
You're from Bangalore. Good. So Bangalore people from Karnataka, they usually understand Hindi and speak Hindi as well. Chalo, fine. And just one point where, I mean, out of the total subject or the total biology chapter, which chapter you find most a difficult one? Or you can name the unit as well.
I think the first 2 units of 11th grade portion.
मतलब रटने वाला है ना पूरा? Mugging up stuff mostly. Okay, ठीक है. So those who are having the issues with the first unit, specifically first 2 chapters, the living world, and see, there's no alternate over there. I can make the thing in a simple way. I can narrate the story. Why these kind of names are there. What is the etymology of these names? But ultimate is that, see, nobody is going to ask you the logic behind that, why your name is Zara. All right, what's your name? Zara. What's the logic behind that? I don't know. My parents gave me the name. All right. So in the first, especially the first complete unit, you have to focus more on practicing memory power, basically. Memory power is required over there. Okay. Asima.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Where are you staying currently? Where are you from? And which which unit you feel most
Sir,
difficult?
I'm staying in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and I'm from Tamil Nadu, Chennai.
Okay. So it will be difficult for you to understand Hindi jokes if I crack here.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. I'll try to translate it, but I can't take the guarantee to, restore the sense of humor in that. Anyways, yeah, and the unit, which unit you feel difficult?
The plant physiology, because it has so much of information. That's
So much of information or so much of concept?
Concept.
Concept. Okay, I agree, totally agree. Is that difficult one, or you have not focused on that?
It's a difficult only.
Difficult only. Okay, fine. Mahika, let's move on to, and by the time, I mean, you guys can turn off your camera if you're done with that discussion. Yeah. Mahika,
Sir, I'm from Mumbai. I stay in Mumbai only.
Marathi lady. Yeah.
So my weak point is plant physiology only. And
अरे
then
भाई सब लोग आगे इधर ही फंस गए.
problem I will say.
Okay, plant physiology. देखो, plant physiology, we have most conceptual one is actually 3 chapters. That is photosynthesis, second one respiration, third one is transportation. But I guess transportation is not given in the recent NTA syllabus. But you have the 2 chapters over there. I'll discuss with Anjali ma'am regarding these topics. If it is required, I can go on explaining these concepts. Okay, no problem with that. Anjali ma'am, you there? Or she's involved in other classes? No problem. Ayush, I have received the input from your side, I guess. Yeah, Ayush. Unit number, I mean, this plant physiology unit, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. I'll try to cover up as soon as possible, or in an easy way. Okay. Once I need to have discussion with Anjali ma'am, so that what she has explained, or what are the approach that I can take in one day or 2 days, if it is possible, I'll cover up along with solving the questions. Then you will find it easy approach. And what are the concepts? See, while answering this question, you must have noticed that there are specific area where you have to focus on, like the name of the pigment, the terminology, especially the core. See, question number 11, what is given? The core metal of chlorophyll molecule. Chlorophyll is an organic compound having so many elements, but the concept is which element is the center that perform the reaction. Like in hemoglobin, you have iron, you have chlorophyll, and in chlorophyll you have magnesium ion, Mg2+. In some of the examples, even mention the oxidation state of the element, in which oxidation state it exists. But I didn't find any such question in the NEET exam. Other competitive exam, I saw some questions based on oxidation. You can ask this question to yourself: why only magnesium? Why not any other element? Why iron is there in hemoglobin? And why magnesium is there? But overall structure, if you compare the hemoglobin structure and the structure of the chlorophyll molecule, almost similar. All right. It is only related with the central core metal ion. Okay. So these kind of questions you can ask. Chalo, fine. I need to have discussion with Anjali ma'am, and then we'll get back to you hopefully tomorrow or what. I'm not aware about your timetable, your schedule. So let me have a discussion with her, and accordingly we'll come back to you. All right. Till that time, don't feel like plant physiology or botany is a difficult topic. It's the most amazing topic that will give you the insight of complete chemistry. All right. Last question I'm asking to everyone: how photosynthesis and respiration are a related topic? I mean, why do we emphasize more on these 2 concepts? Yeah, I'm taking only 5 minutes extra time. Let's start with Asima Sabreen, lady from Tamil Nadu. Yeah. Yes, Asima, we are waiting.
That I'm not sure.
Any information. See, no one is Albert Einstein, no one is M.F. Swaminathan over here. My name is Abid Hossain, by the way, if you're not aware about this fact. Okay, no one is. My concern is to extract. See, I can't see your brain and your mind. So I need to explore that. And I can only explore if you will speak up. Give wrong information, doesn't matter. Give wrong information, but take the approach. Cross the barrier. Yes, Asima, what do you think? What do you think?
So maybe photosynthesis, it utilizes carbon dioxide and water, but respiration, it liberates out.
See, Coca-Cola company also utilize carbon dioxide and water to give us an amazing drink. But do you think that these things are related? See, I know. You have been trained for 11 years in a way to how to think. Just read, and read. Here you have to contemplate, ask, and think. It is complete cycle. Okay, Ayush has mentioned this complete cycle. Listen, the idea in this universe is to transform energy into matter. There are two systems. One, a system called as autotrophs, another system called as heterotroph. One system is taking the energy, transforming into matter. Another system is taking the matter, extracting the energy out of it, and releasing the matter back into the environment. You are in a condition where you have understood the thermodynamics, you have understood the entropy, you have studied about the enthalpy, you have studied about the law of conservation of mass and law of conservation of energy, right? System is just utilizing the energy, transforming it into matter, and then our system is extracting energy from it, right? And releasing the matter back into the environment. Ever thought, why do we balance the reaction? In chemistry, ever thought this? Why do we have to balance the reaction? Never, na? किसी ने पूछा ही नहीं. All right, no one even bothered about it. Why to balance the reaction? Why to balance the equation? Zara, why do we need to balance the reaction? Because chemistry ma'am or chemistry sir told us to balance it, right? This is the, I mean, the answer is yes, teacher told us. But behind every action, you ask a question, why are we doing so? What we are going to get from these activities, productive activity, non-productive activity. Mihika has mentioned due to conservation of energy and mass. That's true. That's true. Conservation of energy and mass. You mean to say that we are extracting energy from the given like glucose or whatever the source of energy that we are taking, whether it is a pizza, burger, biryani, anything. Ultimately, the result is to extract energy hidden in the form of carbon and carbon bond. Perfect, perfect. The energy required is generated. Perfect. But you know, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. That means energy is there in a specific domain where it is neither be generated nor be destroyed. That means in the equation, in the specific given constant form, where things are taken from there and the metals are given out there. The ultimate thing which happened in this universe, or the ultimate work, the ultimate event that happened, where energy transformed into matter, where time came into existence, where space came into existence, is the thermonuclear explosion, which we call Big Bang. Before that, what was there? We have no idea. After that, what is there? We have full idea. We have time, we have space, we have energy, we have matter, energy in various form, heat form, light form, and other activities. That gives the idea of kinetics, that gives the idea of potential. When you are holding the energy in somewhere, having the potentiality. All right. I guess it's the time to wind up the session. Okay. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Chalo. For the time being, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Sir?
Okay.
Sir,
Yes, Ayush.
sir, I'm somehow the host of the meeting. So should I end the meeting for everyone?
See, the class was scheduled till 3 o'clock. But
Yeah.
since I have joined a little, yeah, because Anjali ma'am was continuing with that. So I want to know, I mean, I can continue with a little bit more information, or if you wish to wind up the today's session, we can go ahead. I guess the rest of the people have left, I guess. Is that?
Yes, sir. Like, yeah, I think so. Someone assigned me the host by mistake. So I have to end the meeting, or I don't know how can I change.
All right. We'll discuss hopefully tomorrow. I'll
Okay,
have a
sir.
meeting with Anjali ma'am, then we'll wind up
Okay,
the
sir.
session. We'll assign
Okay,
the
sir.
session.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
take
you,
care.
sir.